Ep11 In the Dirt. Didn't we just do this? Brought to you by Lube Monkey, our good friend Gary and his gang down on Cumberland Street. They do a lot for racers. They do a lot for just everyday oil changes. Get down to Cumberland Street, get your oil changed, talk to them, get your tires checked, whatever. Buy some race fuel, some filters. Good guy, good prices. Get down there. Back after a week.
Yep. Trevor Lane was the last one.
Yeah. So which was a good one.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of good info on that one.
A couple guys weren't happy maybe with the predictions, but that's why we do it.
That's why we do it. Yeah. We had lots of fun. Tell them about us being on YouTube.
Yeah, we got an In the Dirt YouTube channel now, so just go to that and subscribe to it. You'll have all our past videos and future ones will be uploaded on there.
So yeah, it's kind of cool that we're doing the In the Dirt brand now.
Eventually we'll get our
and we're gonna get everything's gonna be kind of on different platforms and away from our personal crap. So kind of separate the stuff. It gets a little cloggy now.
Yeah, and then I'll say, John, just before I forget, just everyone to like and share our video this week. It just helps us with views and traffic.
Yeah, there's lots of lurkers, lots of guys who watch and go, just hit the fucking like button. It actually means a lot in the end, yeah. We have a special show coming Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, with a special guest. We'll reveal that at a little later, talking about maybe some stuff going on at Thunder City. So we're going to have a show next Tuesday, so tune in for that one too. But here we are. If you can see the background here, we're in the heart of Westford at the Godfrey Garage. What do you think of this place?
Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Man Cave Deluxe here. We got hockey, racing, still 0-0, so there's no excuse. You can watch, and you can watch the game at the same time here. So it's perfect.
We got a good guest this week too. So.
Yeah, we got a good guest. We got a bunch of rumors, predictions for the superstocks.
Yeah, it's their week to get pissed off. So.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know.
No, it's fine with me.
We'll see. We'll do that, and we can talk a little bit about the season getting underway, kind of in the region. Last week, a few Thunder Bay guys got out there. We had Cole Chernosky and Glenn Morrow.
Connor Morrow.
Glenn Morrow. Connor Morrow showed up at Ogilvy. Chernosky had a bad draw, 100 I think, and started at the back and made his way up in the feature, but early season bugs working out and had a decent run. And Morrow moved up. He said he was a little out of his league, but hey, that's how you get better. Those guys, you start out there, that's how you get better. Seat time and laps. And then Andrew Peel, one of our guests.
Yeah, he had a really good run going at Cedar Lake. I don't know, where did he end up, 5th or 6th?
5th or 6th.
He was up to 4th.
And first time in the car. Pretty impressive. So all they did was time trial and then a feature, I think, for that. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a weird deal.
But so he went up down there and did well. Yeah. Caden Blazer winning that mod feature was pretty.
He snookered Dustin Sorensen.
Yeah.
Start there. Yeah.
And it looked like Blazer was in maybe a Mars house car or something. Is that true?
Yeah, he's been running that all year. Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. Hey, do you believe that it's practice in less than 2 weeks here?
Well, I might believe it when I see it, but yeah.
I seen a video from Ray Dolph today at the track. It looks a little soft, but it wouldn't hurt my feelings if it was a week or so later. It'd probably help me get ready. So
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I'm wishing on rain. My brother is wishing on me being out at the garage more. So. Yeah, he's working on the car day and night. Him and my dad, and I couldn't do without those guys. So.
No.
Little shout out to them. I don't give them any credit. Yeah, someone mentioned you guys don't talk about yourselves. We really don't.
No,
right?
We got enough. Yeah, but we got enough stuff we kind of have to worry about. But
just be a
maybe once in a while. Yeah, maybe we can.
Kyle more Steve fans. Yeah. The influencers. Okay. We'll have shirts like that this year. I see lots of cars showing up on Sign Design. They're showing their wraps and that. A lot of nice work so far to start the year.
Oh yeah.
Jen does a great job down there at Sign Design. She got a little upset. I think I keep on thanking James all the time.
Oh.
I don't give Jen the credit. There you go, Jen. let's talk about some guys who've mentioned they're maybe coming and trying Thunder City out a few times. I've seen a few posts. Jody Belfi.
Yeah.
Did you see
our
that?
track would be right up his alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dry like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Up on the top sometimes.
Yeah.
He'd be real good here for that. So yeah, I've seen that. I talked to Tyler Kostecki the other day, and he was at Meyer's shop, and he said he's thinking of coming up. Well, he came up a couple times.
Yeah.
Him, is that his son too? That
Alex, is it? I can't remember, but yeah, it's his son.
yeah, his son. So maybe we'll get two of them up there in the superstock. Kennedy Swan, if you remember, at the PRI show, she mentioned coming up here to Canada. I don't know if I would think it's Thunder City,
Yeah.
or it could be Emo. I don't know, or Winnipeg, or Dead Horse Creek that we talk about all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be the Dead Horse. But yeah, it'd be nice to have her up here. Ashlyn Wyatt Boyum, they'll be coming up again. She already said she'd come on the show if they have one on a Thursday, because we're going to do a special pre
To the invitational, yeah, like the Thursday night or whatever, yeah. They were here, what, 4 or 5 times last year?
Yeah, she won one.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be cool if they come on here. Well, let's give some rumors, some dirt of some local guys.
Where are we gonna go with that one? We got a few.
The Jeff Elgett one,
Yeah,
we believe that to be true, but
We got some sources are indicating.
yeah, so that, which will be great. Great to have another mod. And then we hear there's maybe, you told me, another established mod?
Yeah, a really established driver might be running a mod weekly here. We'll maybe leave it at that, but
Wow, that'd be,
that kind of might narrow it down to a couple
Yeah.
of guys, but
that would be cool.
Yeah.
I think I have an idea who it is. Let's go to some other rumors. Jamie O'Shoot.
Yep.
Mid-mod guy, 03.
3, yeah.
Nice kid. Won one in Emo.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you
He's
bring
got
it
a
up
feature
lot.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a feature win. He bought a new to him car. It's got 2020 updates.
You see, it's a Chevy.
Yeah, you seen the T's on thing. There's the T's. Yeah, it's a Chevy. But he's got a couple things out there on Facebook looking for sponsors in the fields, kind of thing.
Everyone seems to be looking.
Everybody seems to be looking. I talked to some people today, some more sponsors, and they said people are coming to them all the time, and it's people are still sponsoring. It's a lot less money. It's whatever. It's just a tough year.
A little bit helps too, right?
Yeah,
So,
every little bit helps with everybody. So yeah,
with the tire prices and everything else. So.
the tariffs, the tires, about 260 to 280. I'm hearing somewhere in that range on a tire.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
not great.
No, that's a lot of money. How did we forget? We were at Mosquito Speedway.
Oh yeah, that's right. Last Friday night.
Yeah, we were both in attendance. We showed up and then listened to the spiel and heard what they were talking about. What do you think? He's got a little bit of open rules.
Yeah, it was kind of over the map, I think.
Yeah, time trials and all kinds of stuff.
I kind of piped up and questioned that.
Yeah.
Fun
fun place to run.
Yeah.
And guys kind of, he's still trying. I think this year's going to be another building year out there.
I would think maybe just stick with a couple shows a year and do your practices, but they want to do what they want to do. That's fine.
Yeah. It's fun. Well, I'll go a couple times for sure. I like the practice. It helped me figure some crap out. Well, maybe not totally, but I went anyways. I was there. What else do we got? But Jamie O'Shoot back there. I'm jumping all over the frickin' map here tonight. Yeah, we got lots of stuff. He's got several sponsorship opportunities on his car. Help him out. Another guy. Young guy. That's the future. Young guys like that. He's in his early 20s, I would think.
I see you got Brandon Pelovitz on there as well.
Yeah. Emo dude.
Guy,
Yeah. Nice guy. I raced against his dad. Dwayne
Pelovitz,
yeah. They used to build their own things. He's got a 2022 JMR. He had one decent run here, I think, the one day in the T-shirt. He was running up he said he's going to come to both our specials, run emo weekly, and try a race a couple times in the States. But yeah, nice guy. His dad actually helped me out a bit there last year at our track. Another emo guy, races here weekly.
Danny Trumbull.
Danny Trimble, yeah.
Big boss, eh?
Yeah, the big bus pulling in here every week. He's going to run here again.
Yeah.
Sean P. customer, another one of them rages. Emo seems to be a popular landing spot. Emo Fort for the rages.
Yeah, well, you got Brody Strand, and a couple other guys. Yeah.
Tanner Williamson, yeah, the rages are
Tanner
here.
Williamson's supposed to come on this show at some point.
Yeah, he is supposed to. Yeah, we'll have to get him on there. Yeah, he's a fan favorite for sure. Somewhat of a favorite for sure. Yeah, Trimble, Emo, Hibbing. He's liking that Emo's going to run some Friday nights this year.
Who? Oh, that's right.
Emo, yeah, they're switching. They're going to run a couple Fridays to try that out. So that just try to break it up a bit and see if maybe the Fridays work better for them.
Improve the car count or whatever.
Yeah.
They kind of struggled over it the last few years.
They've really struggled the last few years. So that'll be cool to have that. I also talked to Wayne DeBruin.
Triple digit guy.
Yeah. 727.
723.
727, I think. 3?
Yeah.
723. Super nice guy. Parked beside me in Superior in the fall at the Northern Nationals. It was the first time I met him, and great dude. And yeah, he's a big fan of the show. They watch it every week. And a few guys have said that, which is flattering. We can't really believe it, but here we are. Yeah, he's going to run Thunder City, Mosquito a couple times when he can, Northern Nationals, and once again, he's talked to Mark Earl and about Dead Horse Street. Yeah, it sounds like there's a big contingent at some point going out there. We have to try, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a long ways to go.
Yeah.
We're promoting the heck out of
I
it.
know. Should get in a cut or something.
Yeah, something for that. Steve Hitchman.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed him out there last year. Improved in the street stock division, number 88. He was getting better and better. He's got a new to him 2017 race star.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I better be right on that. I've said race star lots of times, and I've been wrong. But he said that. He said he wants to finish in the top 10 or be a top 10 driver. So that's the street stock class is it's getting tough. But that's what he wants. He wants to go to the Little Dream. He wants to go to the States a few times. So mostly Thunder City. He'll try Mosquito though. But another guy, yeah, he bought a tranny off me a couple years ago too. Nice guy. I don't know why that came up, but whatever. All right, let's do trivia. Trivia is brought to you by our good friend Johnny Stahl and the guys out at Stahl and the Curbside Collection with their bins. They still got that deal, and he told me this week that lots of people have already came in and enacted on that sponsorship thing. Yeah, he says it's working out real good so far. So yeah, if you need a bin, or you know somebody who has a bin at their company, get it switched over and get some money for your car.
Okay.
That works, right? Okay, here's our trivia. Brought to you by Curbside Collection.
People in the crowd tonight would be our guys who think you would get it, but
yeah, they're sworn to secrecy on that.
Actually, our guest got it when I mentioned it earlier. So.
Yeah.
So trivia question this week: 1983.
For Lube Monkey Bucks.
For Lube Monkey.
I got some for you, Danny, too.
Yeah. Trivia.
Yeah.
Okay, trivia question: 1983 Riverview Raceway late model track champion. Who was it?
83. Oh yeah. we have it. This might take a while. Our guest got it right away.
It's always a delay too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we kind of just gotta wait.
If you can see in the background, we're still 0-0. Hopefully you're a Sens fan and cheering on tonight. Yeah, I'm being kicked out. No bites, not even a guess. Maybe everyone's watching the game and we're duds tonight. Hey, I'm thinking.
Go to our audience or what?
The The guy might get extra blue monkey bucks here tonight. Family of blue monkey bucks. Look at that, we're sitting back, turning around, watching. Nothing.
Nothing. No, nothing.
Come on, people. The two obvious
That's the
ones.
easiest one too.
Yeah, you picked a hard one tonight, Kyle. You picked a real hard one. We're gonna have to give it to someone here. Danny, you can't re-answer. Nothing.
Nothing.
Anyone in the audience?
Oh,
Yes.
Timco.
There you go.
There
Glenn
you go.
Timko.
Glenn Timko.
Yeah.
Tempo Truck and Auto
Yeah.
Car, right?
41, yeah.
41. Remember that back in the day at Riverview?
Before
Not 83, I don't remember him.
No?
I wasn't there yet. Jimmy and I started about 86.
Go days,
Yeah.
Oh, no days, you're the winner. Yeah.
I think it was a
Speaking
red
of days,
Corvette.
I
Oh,
forgot to
yeah,
mention that,
days,
yeah.
yeah.
Red
Speaking of
Corvette,
days.
I think.
Speaking of days,
A
Chris
Corvette
Days,
body,
actually a coworker of mine, is going to come out in a street stock this year. Son of the 1987 street stock champion, Pat Days. The nephew of Joe, so.
There you
Forgot to
go.
mention that, so yeah.
Yeah. You were slipping on that one. He was
So
on
Gary got the question right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for hosting us, they'll get
Yeah,
some
so
little
yeah.
monkey bucks. Yeah. So here we go. It's about time to get us in the Dirty Lounge, the Sign Design Dirty Lounge for our interview. Former late model pilot, 98 Rookie of the Year at Proctor Speedway. Here we go, and top 5 runner, usually weekly here in the Superstock division. Let's welcome Danny Young. Come on in, Dan. Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Well, what do you think?
Well, got you some swag here from
Perfect.
Fisher Wavy.
Oh,
They're
awesome.
July 30th sponsor, I believe. Fisher
Oh, yeah.
Wavy Pioneer Construction. So, some swag. And
Awesome.
Looks
What do you
good here.
Yeah, what do you think of the show?
Awesome.
And what do you think of
yeah,
the facilities? Pretty cool here,
I
right?
thought mine was good, but this is next level.
I don't know if you noticed the Johnny Coffin panel there.
I did. I saw that one, yeah.
There's from what year is that one, Kyle?
Yeah, that's right around 2000.
2000.
Give or take a year, yeah.
Yeah. Right around that. Graphic Illusions, Chippewa Falls back then.
Well,
Yeah, here we are. Tell us. Oh, okay. Well, go
And
ahead.
Danny watches the show every week, which we appreciate.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
noticed that.
Yeah.
Yep, so.
Tell us how you got started in racing. That's how we'll bring it on here.
we started in 1998. Started, believe it or not, in a late model
Yeah.
at Cedar Lake. So, learning curve was pretty much straight up, you know. Had a 10-year-old car. Started at the back and just logged laps until we figured we could draw and, you know, hold our own in a heat race at least. And, well, it was a tough year. We ended up run second to Pat Dorr in a heat race at Superior, which was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a win. And finished 7th at Proctor one night. Top 10, and thought we had won the feature, I think, that night too. So
I remember seeing you back in those days down on all the weekly almost. You were everywhere. You did a lot. You guys logged a lot of miles for the first
yeah,
few years.
we ran anywhere between 45 and 58 nights a year, every year for almost 14 years. So
That probably says why you got better and smoother and started competing almost by 99, I would say.
yeah, we won a heat race in '99, somewhere in July or June, and then won our first feature July 31st of '99 at Hibbing. So it was
That's real
second
quick.
year,
Yeah.
and features were tough to win there because they were 30 laps. So you had to hang on to her for a long time. So
Hibbing back in those days was
Yeah, who were you racing against back then? Was it Steve Vessel?
Harry
Harry,
Hansen, Provenzino was racing back then too. You
A whole
know,
bunch of those guys, yeah.
and every night there was a B feature every night in every class at every track.
Yeah.
Like there was not a night where there wasn't a B feature. Like it was crazy, the amount of cars and the competitiveness.
like Thunder City.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
There was 120 cars every night.
Yeah, every track was like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, now you're lucky to
So-
get a B feature.
But even before that, you come from a racing family.
Yeah,
Your
my
dad.
My dad raced for 9 years back in the 60s, up until 69, and then he packed it in, and then he was the announcer at Riverview for I think 17 years. He did the announcing at Riverview. So yeah, and we used to go to the weekly races at Riverview every Wednesday night, right?
Yeah.
That was our thing. So, and then we'd go down for the invitationals. Usually Silver 1000, Labor Day Shootout, and Cedar Lake for the Nationals and the Masters.
Yeah, awesome. So, you run that first late model, you bought it off Brad Osborne.
Yeah, 1998 we bought, 97 we bought a 1988 Rayburn from Brad Osborne, and we ran that for most of the season. And I picked up the weekend of the Northern Nationals. I went down to Pete Parker's place and picked up a 1998 Rayburn. So it was night and day. Like it was, we ran it at
The 74 car.
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, we ran it at Menominee for the Punky, and we ran it at the Red Clay, and it was just it was night and day difference. Like getting out of an 88 and into a 98, like it was crazy. The that 88 still had leaf springs in the back, so you're running leaf springs, and everybody else was running 4 bars. So
even the 4 bars back then were pretty flat, though. The cars weren't
they
crazy
didn't,
like this.
No, they hike up so much now.
Yeah.
And so much traction.
Yeah.
We were talking to Skeeter Esty last year at Hibbing, and he was running a beadlock on the inside of the left rear wheel.
Oh.
The beadlock's on the inside. He says if you hit a ripple in the track, it'll rip the tire right off the rim. They got
Wow.
so much traction.
Yeah, they look fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Any aspirations of that again?
Oh, I don't think so.
No.
Maybe somebody else's car.
Yeah. A lot of dough there.
Oh,
So that was 98, 90. What was the year you ended up running at Rice Lake, though?
2000.
Okay, yeah. And what kind of changed to why you guys wanted to run there?
They had brought back late models.
Yeah.
That was the first time they had late models in I don't know how many years. So sometimes at Hibbing, it was a real. If you weren't from Hibbing,
It was a good. It might still be like that. Yeah.
you were out of back. You know, like so it was kind of a homer track at that point, and we weren't real happy with what we had been dealt there, so we decided to go to Rice Lake, and it worked out for us. Won the track championship in 2000, and had a pretty good year.
And who were the guys racing there at that point?
Oh God,
Must have been like Dwayne Nate or guys like that. Or
they usually ran Cedar, but
really?
Mark Hessler ran for Dale White.
Dale White. Yeah, we talked about this last night here.
Yeah, he ran Daryl Nelson. There was lots of cars that ran there every Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, usually had a B feature every Saturday night.
No.
And then you'd get the big guys come in from time to time. The Cantas, the Doors, the Joel, Nesbitt, all them guys would come for a special or something on a Saturday night, and you'd end up with 50 late models.
Yeah. So speaking of Joel and Tommy, were they kind of like what you aspired to be? Obviously, at that time,
Oh yeah, we spent a lot of years chasing those two.
Yeah.
Like they were always and those were good years for both of them. Like 98, 99, 2000. Like those guys were
on
still,
their game.
Yeah, they were still really good. So yeah, we spent a lot of time chasing them, and then we started picking up the pace a little bit, and maybe they were chasing us a little bit. So
At times, yeah, for sure. Wow. And so you would run. Did you ever run the Cedar Lake at the
beginning? Yeah, we'd go down there until Hibbing opened or Rice Lake. At that point, we'd go run Cedar Lake, Menominee. We were there April 17th the one year.
Oh, okay.
We ran Cedar Lake. That was the opener. So
Did you ever run mosquito?
no? I'd never even raced in Canada until I raced at Thunder City.
Really?
Yeah. I never ever raced in Canada. That was the first laps I turned in Canada was at Thunder City. When I came out with the car I got from Sean P. there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So now what are we in here? Like 2000, 2001, and
Yeah.
you kept on going. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Al.
Oh no, go ahead. Then I got something maybe after. Cause I remember 2002, maybe Northern Nationals. I think you got about 4th. Did you not?
Yeah,
I
I
remember
did.
that as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran second the whole race, and there was a caution, and I slipped up going into 1 and 2, and 2 cars got by me.
Yeah.
I finished 4th.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a really good run. We were so close at so many invitationals, but could never quite get it done. Yeah.
Did you ever win an invitation?
No. Finished 2nd at the Labor Day Shootout once. Finished 3rd at the Labor Day Shootout once. 4th at the Northern Nationals. 4th at the Silver 1000, and
Red Clay.
3rd.
Yeah, I remember.
Finished
Yeah,
third.
consistently up there.
Yeah.
Oh, eh?
Yeah, no, always close, but just couldn't quite get it done.
But okay, so now we're in what year? Here,
01, 02.
and then 03 you ran.
Pretty much just hibbing, some Superior, some Proctor, a lot of hibbing, and then 04 we took the year off.
Okay, and then
So-
came back in 05 with a different car.
Yeah, so the Rayburns were starting to fade a little bit at that point. Like at the end of 03, I think they were past their time of the swing arm being the hot
Yeah.
setup. So we actually went in 04, went to the Red Clay and drove a car owned by John Canta, and drove that, the 85P car, and was having a good run, and the water pressure light came on, and I pulled in, and they said, "What'd you pull in for?" And I said, "Well, the water pressure light's on." And they said, "Well, it just
Comes
cooled
on
off,
every week."
Yeah. Don't worry about that." And I'm like, "Oh, I know what that engine's worth, and I can't afford to fix it, so or buy it." So yeah.
Did you buy that car?
Yeah, I bought
Okay.
that car from John. Yeah.
And the following year, how'd that go?
05? Yeah, we had a great year in 05. That's the year I finished 4th at the Silver 1000. Car was good. We had some learning curves because I'd come out of a Rayburn, which is a real left rear dominant car, swing arm car, a lot of bite, forward traction, falling out your ears, but 0 corner speed, and got into a Masters built with a lot of corner speed and not as much forward bite. So it was a real struggle for me to find that balance between where I wanted the car and where the car had to be fast. So, but it went pretty well.
You talk about how John was to deal with. Is he a lot of help?
John was
yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Seems like a
Still
good guy.
running.
So, yeah, still
Yeah.
running. Yeah.
So actually, we were just texting the other day. He just turned 71.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh.
and he's
He doesn't
He's
look
still
it, yeah,
competitive.
and he's
Yeah.
in good shape for an older guy. Yeah.
oh yeah, and he we saw it Cedar Lake at the opener. He got 4th in the feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And back in that 03, 04, 05, he was the man.
Yeah.
He was winning everything. He won I don't know how many of those challenge series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
You
his
know,
series for
oh,
a few
yeah.
years. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, between him and Pat Dorr, they won most of them. So at the beginning there, so
So you ran for another couple years, right?
yeah, we ran up to until 2011. 08 was a good year. It wasn't as good as I remember it, apparently, when I watched the videos. But 08 was a real good year. We won the track championship at Hibbing, and finished well. 06, I think, was the year I got 2nd at the Labor Day Shootout. John Canta won, and I got 2nd. But it was a great race. And then 08, 09 was a great year. Didn't quite have the track championship. We finished 2nd, but we won 4 features at Hibbing, and I'm not sure if anybody else won more than 2 that year, other than us. So, and then 010 kind of tapered off, and then at about the middle of 2010, we sold the Masters built and got a Rocket, and it never really took off. It never really got the feel for the Rocket car. So we kind of
Ran that.
ran that in 2011, and somewhere in August, the fuel had gone through the roof, and it was like $4 a gallon for diesel, and we packed it in at the end of 11 and kind of started selling off stuff. And John Tobazzini bought the late model, and
Oh yeah.
he took it, and I think he ended up trading it for a Mars car, like an MB Custom, and then he ended up coming back and buying the trailer off me, and
Next thing you know, everything was gone.
yeah, and there we were, not racing anymore.
So okay. So now that leads Thunder City. You're out there. You're watching, and
No, I never went.
No.
Never even went to the racetrack. I was
So how do you get back into it then?
well, because because your
Because it's in
brother-in-law.
there, yeah.
No, your brother-in-law asked you to rebuild his engine.
Okay,
So
who's the
you-
brother-in-law?
Mark Earl.
Okay.
So you rebuild his engine, and then he says, "Well, can you come to the track and just make sure everything goes right for practice night?" Okay, so you're out there for practice night, and you're looking at it, and it's like, that looks pretty black and dry and smooth.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I like, you know. And next thing you know, you're talking to Sean P about a superstock.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. I
And
guess.
here you are, and,
Yeah.
and once it's in you, right, it
Yeah,
never
you're
leaves you. You're screwed. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
right.
So
So there you are. You buy the caliper,
yeah,
Off
08
Sean
caliper,
P.
which is for sale, by the way, if anybody wants to buy it.
which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Super stocks haven't changed
No,
since about 98 or whatever they
maybe
started.
94.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they started. So
Yeah, no,
yeah,
the cars are primarily the same. Bought that car from Sean, and he basically told me what to do with it, and I said, "Oh, okay." And we set it up the way he said, and put some lead on it because he had stole all the lead off for his car, and went out and struggled a little bit at the start, just getting some traction, and once we got her going, it was pretty good. We were pretty much top 5 car.
yeah,
Right.
just
With
about,
it,
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe just compare how different that was to you running the late model all those years.
Oh, night and day.
Yeah.
The late model, you make a small adjustment and it just like you tell, you come in, you say, we went the wrong way, or yeah, that was really good. And the super stock, and we were talking about this today, you go out, how was the car? It's pretty good. And then you change some stuff, you go out again, you come back in, how was the car? It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've never felt that, I haven't had that aha moment where it's, oh my god, that was the right decision and right move, and
They steer okay though. I
yeah,
hear they-
it drives really nice. And that my car's a TRC now, and it drives nice. It handles good. It doesn't seem to have that. You just don't feel everything that you felt in a late model.
Okay. So, what do you think of our facility here?
Wow.
yeah, like,
You know what?
and you've raced a lot of tracks.
Yeah, I've been a lot of places, and and even for second, third year, like usually it takes tracks a long time to get really nice, but like that place is first class. Like
Everywhere with the pits, everything.
I don't think there's a better pits, and I remember getting pulled out of Ashland, and
Hibbing, Labor Day weekend, there were a lot of times.
We
Yeah.
were talking last night, Johnny, how many nights that's what saves them here. It's
Yeah.
just the pits. You can get in the pits.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, lots of tracks. Yeah, that's what kills it, right? You can't get in the pits, so the races are over.
Well, we went to the Red Clay a couple of years ago, and they're like, "Yeah, go park in the overflow," and they're dragging the haulers into the overflow, and I'm like, "I'm not going in there, no
Yeah.
chance." But the facility, the idea of the sea cans, and
Yeah,
it's like,
That's probably the best idea.
yeah, like it's first class, and everything they've done has been first class so far. So, I ran into David today, Simpson, and we were talking. Just like a little bit of a cushion,
Yes.
just
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Like
something up there.
doesn't
Yeah.
need to be a curb.
Yeah.
Just needs to be,
I've called the wall a couple times there, thinking I was gonna hit the cushion. Now,
Well, it's a fine line up there, and especially in 3 and 4, you really gotta be careful because
We talk corner 4 all the time on this show. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Well, and you gotta be right. If you're gonna run the high side, you gotta be right on the wall.
You got to be committed to it
Yeah.
too.
You usually leave part of your spoiler behind,
Yeah.
So
Part of your spoiler and part of your
quarter pound.
and your underwear.
Yeah.
Coming off that, it's
No, for sure.
it's a little scary coming out of 4, but it is what it is.
I don't know what year it was, but we were at the Red Clay Classic, and you and I were pitted next to each other. And this is my Johnny Kopic story for the night.
Oh boy.
So we're pitted next to each other, and you come back to the pits, and I'll never forget this, because you come back, and you kind of had this, like, confused look on your face, and I'm like,
That's
go.
cool.
Yeah.
What's going on? And he said, Tom Smart said he's going to spin me out, put me on the infield,
He did.
and then wave to me the next time by. So, in the B feature, and it's, okay. So, we go up to watch the B feature, and here they come off of turn 2, and Smart jacked you up. Right on the infield.
Into the water.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and probably
did when he went by, he waved and
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
that went by.
I thought it was going to be a little more involved story about after the race.
No, it was actually. a
Those were
racing
usually
story.
some real good ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but,
No, that was that's a beauty.
when you came back and you were like, he said he's going to do this. And sure enough, he put him right on the infield. Yeah, that was awesome.
I do remember that one.
I don't know what year it was. Early 2000s, somewhere in there.
Oh, maybe even 99.
Oh, maybe.
99. I'm thinking that's
Yeah.
99. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember it was so cold. We had the back tires for the late model sitting on the driver's seat of the bus.
Yeah.
Trying to
Oh,
keep
that was 99 or 2000. Could have been 2000.
Yeah, it was cold.
Well, Johnny, what I was going to say is kind of what we've asked previous guests. The facility, everything's great here, but if there is one thing you'd like to see maybe improved, what would it be?
Just a cushion.
Okay,
That's the only thing I like. More banking would be great, but I don't see that happening. I don't see how you facilitate that. Like you'd have to raise the sea can.
You watched any track from Illinois? It's ridiculous. They all have cushions. I don't. Do you watch that? I think.
Some of them.
Like they're a foot.
Yeah.
But they're wet and sloppy to start, and those guys just run it hard there. Bobby Pierce and Bab and all the way on Unziger, all those guys figure that's ridiculous.
They're on the cushion and hard, So, but yeah, no, just something to lay that right rear on, just so you can compete with that guy in the bottom.
Yeah.
Because it's so far around the outside, especially in 3 and 4. You really gotta.
When it first started, I thought 1 and 2 was the harder corner at the start. Now it seems like
That's right. 3 and 4 is definitely harder.
Yeah, 1
Well,
and 2.
you go 1 and 4 and then that wall. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I get through 1 and 2 really well.
Yeah, I like 1 and 2 now.
Yeah, but 3 and 4 is that's a crapshoot, especially if you're gonna try and run the high side. Like you really gotta.
You gotta commit. Yeah.
Well, and you gotta be on it going in.
You
Like,
can't,
Oh, yeah.
you can't slide up, but you gotta be right on.
because there's nothing to
Nothing-
catch you.
yeah,
with.
exactly,
You
yeah.
know, you gotta
Yeah,
be
people
like
understand.
right on that
Yeah.
cushion. So.
Hey, let's talk about who's helped you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You
no, I got my
who are
list.
your
'cause
sponsors?
I could,
Who you got to thank? Yeah. 'Cause
Oh,
we
yeah.
really like that.
So, for our sponsors for last year, and I'm just gonna name them off because they were all great. Frostbites, Cal Tire, Pioneer Construction, Superior Driveline, T-Bay Modular Floors, Snap-on Tools, Joe Gilbertson, Victor Ventures, Recycle West, Premier Used Truck Parts, Morgan Fuels, TRC Race Cars, High Impact Science and Graphics, Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, Divided Personal Training Studio, and Total 180 Fitness. And this year we picked up 2 more. We did lose 1 or 2 in there of those guys, but we picked up 2 more. MNP, Shelley Goudreau, and Hood Equipment.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're really excited to have both of them on board. And
Darren and Jeff.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it's and I gotta thank my family. Like my daughter does my social media pages and all that, and I'm supposed to say that DannyYoung.37A is my Instagram, and Danny Young Racing 37A is my Facebook page. So
I
like and follow.
joined it last night.
Yeah, nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, that's another thing, guys. Join and like everybody's page out there. It goes a long way. It really does. It's not. Join their page, like their page. It helps them out because when people go and you're looking for sponsors and you show them your social media and you show them your followers, show them this and that, who you're reaching. That's all part of it. Like everyone's page. Go do that. It's good.
Oh, I don't know if you want to break up on your daughter too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Because we were talking to
One quick one. Yeah. Hockey is how.
Crosby and Alex played together. Junior Stars. South End Junior Stars. Yeah, I don't know.
The big tournament in where they won that championship. Well, they won
We
a
went
few.
there, though.
Oh, you guys
We went
went
to Florida. Yeah.
That's right. You guys,
But we won the one in town.
they won 2 or 3 that year. Yeah, that was a great year.
Yeah, it was really good. So she's going to Post University next year to play NCAA D1 hockey at the collegiate level, which is the highest you can play. So
Unbelievable.
yeah, no, it's awesome. So
Great kid.
Awesome.
Great story. Yeah. Didn't make the Queens.
Yeah,
Or
went and played
Bantamate.
Bantamate. Yeah,
And here she is, D1.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
she works hard. She works out all the time, and she was in.
Also, the 180 Fitness and the other one, that's her.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just paying for that. Yeah, she played in Stamford, Connecticut this year.
Yeah.
For the Connecticut Junior Rangers, U19 Junior they call it. So yeah, she played there and had a great year and got seen and
There you go.
moved up to
E1.
yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy. That's unreal.
Yeah.
From where she came from to there. That's,
Oh yeah, and
like
there's only 44 D1 schools that have a girls program. So
Ottawa's winning 1-0.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I see you wearing the Leaf colors here all night, so yeah. Ottawa's. So who helps you out? Like your
my
pit
pit
crew?
guys, yeah. No, Neil Costa, Glenn Polhill, Kelly Simpson, and then we have a couple other guys that come around from time to time. My father-in-law, my nephew Dane. My dad comes out once in a while and helps out too. You know what? It's a whole family deal. Like without everybody in your family helping out, it's a pretty tough deal to
It's a family commitment. It
Oh,
really
absolutely.
is. Like it's
Yeah.
a total commitment. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't understand that part of it. Like,
Yeah.
It's
No, and like for all those years traveling down the road, like you gotta have your family on board for that, or else it won't go well.
Problems.
Yeah, it won't end
a
well.
few of them have ended that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So
What else you got, Kyle? We gotta.
Well, I was just thinking, I almost forgot about our predictions, but we'll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
no, go ahead.
I don't know.
Yeah. Here we're doing our top 5 superstock drivers.
Yeah.
Or not drivers, but who we think are gonna win.
Well, this season
Win the
points,
points.
Yeah.
Okay,
You go first again.
I'll start.
Yeah.
I'll start at 5th this week.
You starting at 5th? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No confusion here.
No confusion. Yeah, because we
Yeah.
blew
It
that
might
last
be
week.
the exact same. That's the problem this week. We'll see. But
I hope I don't leave anyone out. 5, I've got a guy who's improved a ton last year and seems to be consistent all the time. Nathan Roy.
yeah, okay.
And it's a good pick because he's going to be running Ruben's team on too,
Yeah,
right?
so
it's
more
gonna
seat
give him
time,
some
yeah.
track time,
4. This guy's gonna kill me. Sean P.
Oh, I think our list is the exact same.
Really? I got Sean P. 4. 3 is our guest. I got him at 3. 2, Rick Simpson, the 77, and pretty hard to go against.
No,
33C.
good runner, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to beat that, right?
If
What do you
if
like my
hadn't
list?
picked him, I would have been confused. Like, what happened? How many of those did you have tonight?
Yeah, this is only the second, so. I didn't think
Look
about it.
at me funny.
Yeah.
Okay, 5, Nathan Roy.
Oh,
4, Sean Polonowski. 3, Danny Young. 2, Cole Shranovsky. 1, Rick Simpson.
come on. What's it? I didn't know you were an FAS kid. Come on.
We can't all be the same.
It was you can't go
It's
wrong,
gonna be the
right?
exact same if I.
Yeah, it was, you're stirring the pot, yeah. No, they're all 5.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
Consistent.
Like, we got the super stock field is tough.
Oh, every field. Is
Every
tough.
field.
There isn't a,
There's
everybody's improving too. Like
100%.
the first year we talked about that on the thing there, maybe there was some duds or you could get around.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that anymore. Not even
And
that.
everybody's got good gear, right?
Yeah.
You get good gear and you got a little bit of talent and you get some seat time, you're gonna be all right.
Seat time's the key.
Oh, it's huge. I remember like when I started, like for the longest time I could lead, I could follow,
Yeah.
but I had
Couldn't
no
pass.
idea how to pass
Yeah.
anybody. Like
Yeah.
so much happens in a lap, and now you got to try and figure out a lane to try and pass somebody. And,
That's a good point. I would agree with that.
That's a great
Yeah.
point. Yeah,
That's a good
that
point.
is a good one. I
You
like
know,
that. Yeah.
and they may be in the fastest
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah.
Now you got to try and find a way to snook
Yeah.
them out of it,
There's
or
lots to it, to get around them,
like it's.
Like, good, I find, like, you watch the big guys, they're so good on restarts. It's just the little things guys don't understand. It's just,
Oh yeah.
it all adds up, right? Yeah.
Well, the research.
Well, it's like Blazer Snuckered
Yeah.
Sorensen the other night, yeah.
I remember Dean Urinainen. Remember
Yeah.
that name?
Yeah.
Him on a restart was absolutely ridiculous. He could pass 10 cars on a restart sometimes. He told me in Superior or Ashland, he said, he goes, when we start coming and you get the green flag going into one, he says, everybody's letting off going into one or whatever, and your car's not even up to speed. He says, I just hold her down
Yeah.
and run into one on lap one, and I get all kinds of guys like that. He was so smooth too. Another
Oh,
good
yeah.
guy.
King of the Dry, they call him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice guy too.
Yeah, he's a super guy.
Okay, we got anything else, Kyle? We're
that was a long one. I think
Yeah.
we got lots of stuff.
we got lots of stuff covered.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Awesome having you.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Yep, awesome. Good job. Okay, Kyle,
Yeah, until next week, Johnny.
stay dirty. Tuesday night.